Welcome back. On today's video we are going to be seeing how far can I fly for £100. And I'm not talking about sort of a 20 quid Ryanair flight, I'm talking how far really can I go for £100. And so for that I am here in Gatwick airport this morning, and I'm going to be getting a flight with a low-cost airline called EasyJet. Most of you will know EasyJet because they do loads of package holidays and stuff around Europe. And I am going to be flying with them. So the EasyJet flight that I'm getting today costs £23 and is taking me to the city of Antalya in southern Turkey. Big city, hub for all the touristy resorts and stuff down in the south of the country. 23 quid to do a 4.5-hour flight all the way to Turkey. That's a bargain. So I've got £77 for the next bit to see how far I can really go. Right then, all boarded and ready for this flight. Well, I've certainly got lucky on this one. Completely free row. And there we go, taking off on today's Airbus A320 all the way to Antalya. Today's flight is around 1,800 miles and should take us around 3 hours 50, 4 hours. Well, we're a couple of hours in at this point, and as you can see, we've got a lovely view of the Alps out of the window, and I was clearly having a nice time. Well, it was at this point that the cabin crew decided to come around on a snack run, so I decided to treat myself to some Pringles and a Diet Coke, because why not? Right then, just started to descend into Antalya. I reckon about 20 minutes until we landed, so that's pretty good going. We're due to get in half hour, 40 minutes early. Well, it was a pretty dark and gloomy approach into Antalya tonight, but it looked pretty good still, all lit up, looked like a lively city, and the approach was pretty calm considering. Just off the plane in Antalya. It was a pretty good flight. Got in half hour early. It's pitch black here. I'm not really sure what I thought it would be. First week of January when I'm doing this trip. Yeah, looking forward to it. Just got to do customs and immigration now. The bane of every traveller's life. Well, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. There was an enormous queue when I first got there, but they opened about 10 more passport control windows, so it went pretty quickly, maybe 10 minutes all in. And now I need to find a taxi to my hotel for the night, which my hotel has promised me they will pay for. So let's see. Well, might be free. Apparently reception's paying, so I guess. Well, to my surprise, it is currently raining, which is not something I planned for because I didn't bring a coat. Good job this is not my final destination, and I am flying somewhere else tomorrow. My final destination. Well, fair play to them. Free taxi ride to the airport, and same again back in the morning. Just checked in. Just got into the room. The room looks fantastic for £25. It was €30, I think it was. Bathroom first. Looks pretty swanky and modern. And now going to the bedroom. Got a mini fridge in there, kettle, free water, and then what I think is a very nice room for a pretty cheap and cheerful airport hotel. I don't know whether this hotel is significantly more expensive in the summer or not, but for now it very much does the job. And there is also a restaurant open now where I can go and get some dinner, and apparently breakfast starts at 4 AM, so I'm definitely fine to eat before travelling tomorrow. Fair play, the facilities in this hotel are actually fantastic. There's a swimming pool, a hammam, a spa. All of that is free to use as a guest, as well, sort of fair enough really. There's a restaurant I can go to if I want, or I can order room service, which I might do because I'm feeling quite lazy after a day on a plane. Yeah, breakfast is at 4, which suits me because my flight is at 7:50 in the morning, which means I'm probably going to get a taxi from here just before 6, which is a bit early. It'll be all right. The room looks comfy enough, so I should get a nice night's sleep. And then on to country number 2, and a new country for me tomorrow. I think that's my 39th country tomorrow. And that is where our trip will end. Right, well, for the first time in my life, I am going to order room service because I can't be asked going to the restaurant, if I'm honest. So I've scanned the QR code menu. So the menu on my phone, it is pretty extensive. And also fairly reasonable. Not quite sure what I'm going for yet, but I will show you when it arrives. Well, room service ordered. I felt like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone 2, so that was funny. Made myself look a bit like a dick. I asked the fellow if he needed my room number. He was like, no, obviously not. You're ringing me from your room. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Oh well, I've gone for a kebab plate, which feels authentic considering we're in Turkey. So I'll show you what it's like when I get it. So this is it. This is my room service. I ordered the kebab plate, so I've got some chicken skewers, I've got some lamb, and I've got some beef koftas, some rice, chips, bread, and I got a pop to go with it because I'm not really feeling like a beer because I've got a bit of a headache. Looks fantastic. I'm going to dig in and I will tell you about it afterwards. Oh, and it cost €12 for the meal and the drink. But he was quite happy with me giving him a tenner because I didn't have any euros on me. So, yeah, win-win. Well, that was a fantastic meal. Fair play. Absolutely stuffed now. Just going to chill out for a bit, go to bed, and then get up early in the morning. Good morning from a very tired me. It is about 5:15 in the morning. Just had my alarm wake me up. Need to get a taxi that is hopefully free again to the airport to get my flight to today's destination. I don't think I showed you around the lobby yesterday when I got into it. Lobby in the hotel is absolutely fantastic and still got the Christmas decorations up. Well, less of a taxi this morning, more of a minibus transfer with some other tourists, but still free. Well, that worked a treat. Free transfer up on the minibus in the end. Don't really know where to go now, but I'm sure I'll find it. Yeah. The thing to remember if you're flying in and out of Turkey is they'll make you do an initial security check before you actually get into the airport, which kind of seems fairly sensible. So you do this and then you go through and then you do proper security where you scan your tickets. Okay, well, just like that, through all the passport and the security nonsense, and Antalya Airport is pretty good, to be fair. It's pretty kitted out in terms of airports, and they've got stacks of flights going. They've got all the touristy stuff though as well, haven't they? So makes sense. And yeah, find somewhere to sit down for an hour and then pull up my plane. Just grabbed a bit of brekkie from one of the cafes. Fair play to him, bought croissant, and he gave me a free banana. Okay, so I've not actually told you where we're going yet today. We're going on a Pegasus Airlines flight, and it's going to take us about an hour and 20 minutes, and it costs £48, so bringing our total up to about £72 for the flights. And we are going to Sphinx International Airport. So that is in Cairo. Not the main airport in Cairo. This is the low-cost airport where all the cheap airlines fly to. So yeah, we're going to see the pyramids for less than £100, which I think is absolutely out of this world, mind-blowing. If you were to get a BA flight or something like that to Egypt, they're like £600, £700, £800. So, right, after a little bit of faff at the gate, we're boarding the plane finally. Pegasus are quite harsh with their baggage allowance. For free, you're allowed a personal item, which has become a bit of a norm on low-budget airlines. But it can't be any more than 3 kilos. So they made everybody who hasn't paid for baggage weigh their bags, which feels quite harsh. But going down the jet bridge, onto the plane, and in about an hour and a half I will be in Cairo, Egypt. Never been to Egypt before, very excited. Okay, on the plane, fairly comfy actually. Nice seats. No seat pocket or anything though, which is fine. It's only a short flight. Yeah. It's actually a bit more comfy than the EasyJet flight was. It's in the sort of newer leathery seats rather than the sort of bus seat style, as I call them. There we go. And we should be getting on our way soon. And just like that, it's time to take today's flight. Today's flight is on an Airbus A320neo between Antalya and Sphinx International. The flight is around 470 miles and should take around an hour and a half. Pegasus do offer an onboard cafe, but personally I found it a bit expensive and I'd eaten in the airport. Just as we were getting to cruising altitude, the crew came round with our Egypt immigration cards that we had to fill out. And before I knew it, we were descending into Egypt's capital city of Cairo. City of around 10 million people and one of the most important in the historical world, home to the pyramids of Giza. Just as we're touching down, I just want to make a point about Egyptian immigration procedures. The visa costs $25 US. It has to be US dollars and it has to be in cash. So if you're coming to Cairo, you need to have this with you. You also need a pen to fill in your immigration form when you're on the plane. Right, well, that was a good flight. Only took about hour 20 in the end. We left a little bit late, but landed earlier than we were meant to. I slept for almost all of the flight, so I'm not sure how good the footage is. So yeah, Cairo. Woohoo! For less than 100 quid. Bargain. Let's see how immigration is here, and then we'll get into this. This is the office you come to if you need to get a visa on arrival. So you queue up at the little bank thing, they give you that, and then you go to the passport. If you do it all right, then the person will put your passport stamp in one key. So that it overlaps the bloody middle of the passport. Oh well, something funny to talk about, isn't it? But that was it, all through, only took about 10 minutes. The only thing is that you have to pay in US dollars, which is a bit of a pain. I'll tell you what, the outside of the airport is certainly swanky. Look at this. I gotta try and find an ATM or a money changer or something a sec, because I have no cash, which is not very handy when you turn up in a new country. The alternative to not having any cash is just booking an Uber on your phone using the airport Wi-Fi. I should also take this moment to tell you that Ubers in Cairo are incredibly cheap. This ride was a 40-minute ride to my hotel, and it cost me £4, £4 UK pounds, for a 40-minute taxi ride. Here you go, first view of the pyramids, folks. Well, just done some check-in stuff. So sorted all that out, just went for my room to be ready. We're pretty much bang opposite the big Egyptian museum, so that'll be cool. And not very far from the pyramids, which I will go to in a bit. Well, fair play to them, they've brought me some breakfast while I wait. Which is very much appreciated, because it's still only 9:30 in the morning. Okay, so just into the room now. They came and got me, maybe about half hour waiting, so I basically just drank that coffee and scrolled for a bit, and then that was it. Bathroom looks quite nice. Quite a big bathroom, considering it's just for me. Lots of free stuff again. Nice looking big bedroom. But then the piece de resistance is the pyramid view room. If I can get this bloody door open. Look at that. Hey, that's not bad for a view, is it? Not bad at all. In answer to the question, how far can you get for £100? The answer is to the Great Pyramids of Giza. Thanks for watching this. This is the end of this part of the vlog. But thanks for watching.